Hello, I'm Paul Dajcik. Welcome to Project Elastic Steel, episode 10. In this episode, we're going to switch things up a little bit. We're not going to hold anything. Everything's going to be moving. I'm going to show you how to move in all your stances. In the warm-up previously, we moved a little bit. Okay, we had minimum range of motion, for instance, in the front stance. Okay, we had minimum ranges of motion. Now we're going to increase the ranges of motion. I recommend every couple of weeks to take 1 week and only move in your stances. If you always work in your stances from a static point of view, you always hold your stances, there is parts of your joints that get more work than others. There's also parts of your muscles that work a certain range of motion. Certain fibers work more than others. So I recommend every few weeks to take 1 week, okay, and in that week to move in your stances. So what we're going to do is this. You're going to warm up on your own. You're going to do the same warm up as before. Once you go into the stances, I'll show you how to do your stances dynamically. Now, for the pushing and pulling movement, you're not going to hold it either. So you're not going to hold here, and as you push, you're not going to hold here as you pull. Okay? You're going to do the movement. You're going to warm up with pushing and pulling movement, and then right after the stances, you're going to do the actual push-ups and actual rows. Then you'll do the same dynamic stretches, and you'll do the same relaxed stretches. Okay? Now, let me demonstrate what I mean. Okay? This would be the actual relatively high horse stance if we were to hold it. We move slightly, also as a warm-up. Okay? But now, we're going to go from completely standing position into the horse stance and back. Okay? We're not really going to hold it. So we're going to go into it and back. And we're going to do that for everything. So let me first take you through every movement, show you how to do it correctly, and then I'll take us to the actual routine. Okay? So first we have the horse stance. Here we're going to place the horse stance in between left and right side together. So we're not going to go horse stance left, horse stance right. You're going to do horse stance, then we're going to do another movement on left and right side, and then place a horse stance again. The reason for that is because you may feel this movement a little bit more, you may be a little bit more sore, so we're going to reduce the horse stance just a little bit. So we start with feet together. Toes are pointing forward. Once you step out into the horse stance, your toes are going to rotate out. Okay? In other words, my feet are parallel. Here I step out, my feet are 45, I come back, they're parallel again. And this is a movement from the horse stance. So we're going to be stepping out one leg at a time, one leg moves, one leg doesn't. Okay, horse stance and back. Okay, after the horse stance, the next movement. Okay, here we have warrior three. Before we moved slightly, just little by little. Now we're going to bring the leg forward. As that leg comes down, parallel to this vertical leg, the upper body does not move. However, once the leg continues to move backward, the upper body will move with it, so that the body and the rear leg are in an ideally straight line. Okay? This is what we do here. Leg goes forward, back, forward, and back. Notice, at this point, we're not that advanced to actually move the body back as the leg goes forward. So the leg just comes forward, comes to this line, and then it travels parallel to the body as the body goes forward. That's the second stance. Okay? Now for the front stance, what we're going to do is we're going to keep the feet shoulder width apart, and we're going to step out straight forward with one leg and come back, which looks like this. Step out, come back. At another angle, we're here. Your feet are at about your shoulder level. Step out, come back. Okay, this is for the front stance. There's many variations of moving in your stances. This is a basic one, and we're doing it right now. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to bring the leg to the side. Before, we had the feet parallel, we'll take the leg to the side, we hold it there. Take the other leg to the side, we hold it there. Now we're going to make a very, very small oval. Okay? So we're going to have the leg off the ground in front, out to the side, off the ground to the back. Okay, making circles like so. Same thing on the other side. We'll start here. The leg comes over on the side, around and back here. We're only going to do 4 repetitions on each side of everything, especially the warm-up, and we're not going to go too deep. If you feel like you can do more, after the warm-up, I recommend you do 4. To try it, you only do 4. If you feel like, okay, you did everything and now you can do it again and you could do 6 or 8 or 10 on each side, you can do it. If you want to go deeper, you can go deeper. What I mean by deeper, this is a high horse stance, you would go a little bit deeper into a lower horse stance. This would be a high front stance, go deeper into a lower front stance. Okay? Warrior 4. This is relatively shallow, this is deeper. So you would adjust how much your legs are warmed up, your hips are warmed up, your upper body is warmed up. And you would go deeper if you feel like you're warmed up. Word of caution, it's colder now, okay? It's the middle of December. It takes a little bit longer for your body to warm up, okay? It's cold and it's dry. When those two things combine together, much easier to get injured, okay? So we did the horse stance, we did the warrior 3, we did the front stance. We brought the leg to the side, okay? For the next stance, which here is the warrior 2, what we're going to do is, we're going to first place the feet at 90 degrees. So I have my left foot going to the side, my right foot going forward. After this, I'm going to take my left foot and turn it just a few degrees in. Okay, so from here, it's just going to come in just a few degrees. Okay, from here it comes in just a few degrees. And now I'm going to step forward with this leg. This leg does not move. I'm going to step forward and come up. Step forward and come up. Same thing on the other side from another angle. Okay, take my rear leg, turn it in just a little bit. Step up, step up. Okay. Now we're going to lift the knee. We want to work the hip joint here as much as possible as well. So before we either lifted the knee or we just lifted and held it. Now we're going to lift the knee with a small circle, okay? And that circle is going to go over on the opposite side. Here's what I mean. We have the leg out to the side here, okay? We make a circle and we go over to the other side. Make circle in the opposite direction, bring it back. Okay? Once again, from another angle, leg is here. We make a circle and bring it over. Circle in the opposite direction and out to the side. Okay? So, in other words, we're taking this movement and we're adding a circle to it. Instead of just lifting the knee, now it makes a full circle. Not a small circle, but a large circle. We want to work on large movement. We want to get more range of motion for the joints, for the muscles, okay, to compensate all that static stuff that we've been doing before, okay? And you can only do it once for 1 week, every few weeks. So you'll do static every few weeks, you'll do dynamic just 1 week in between, okay, just to keep everything healthy and moving, okay? The next thing is a lunge stance. Lunge stance is very simple. The feet are parallel to each other, okay, the feet are parallel to each other. They're actually close together, okay? This would be the width for your front stance, but the feet are close together for the lunge stance, okay? So we would step forward, rear leg on the toes, heels lifted, and come back, okay? Step forward, and up. Forward, and up. Same thing, 4 on each side, okay? Having done that, we have the last one, which is the warrior 4. For the warrior 4, what we're going to do is, we're going to have the body in this position already. So we have this leg turned out. Okay, ready for the warrior 4 here. We're going to lift this leg and rotate it out. Okay, so this leg is rotated out. From here, we're going to bring it down, and once this leg begins to travel back, the body leans. Okay, same thing on the other side, from different angle. Rotate in, here, here. Okay, notice that the body does not move when this leg comes here. The body only moves from the straight leg, which is completely vertical, and then the body moves. Okay? The body has to move. You do not want to just lift the leg here without moving the body. That's different movement. Okay? So this is what we have. After this, you do the pushing and the pulling. Okay? Then you do your dynamic stretches, lifting the legs forward and back. Then you do your static stretches. Okay? Working this till you feel like you have it, and then you would go to your pushing movement. What I mean by that, you did 4 repetitions, you feel like you can do more, do more.